Welcome to Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch for our weekly City Hall update. Welcome to October, Mayor.
Yes, indeed. Good morning, Joe. Where did September go?
I was just saying to someone, wasn't it just Labor Day yesterday?
Feels that way.
It really
It is
does.
unbelievable.
Time does fly, and as you and I both know, it doesn't slow down as you get older.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
But weather really has cooperated just beautifully for all the weekend events, the Quincy 400 events, the Open Heritage Day last Saturday was fantastic.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I heard from a lot of people last Saturday, a lot of texts from people that, they were embarrassed. They've never been to some of the gems we have here, the historical gems, and they took advantage of it and thoroughly enjoyed it, learned a lot. Bob Damon, our Heritage Director, did a phenomenal job putting together all of the sites, working with the Park Service, Historical Society, our own tourism groups. Al Beener up at the Quarry Museum, and so many others. I mean, the Josiah Quincy was open, the Dorothy Quincy was open, along with the National Park Service assets and all of the other locations, which we got a lot of spots, as you know, Joe, in the city. Outside of Boston, I don't know that anyone compares to us in Massachusetts with the historic sites that we do have. So sometimes, because of the vast amount of them, they don't get the attention really that they deserve. I mean, some towns would love to have one or two of what we have for historical assets. But nonetheless, the weather cooperated. Hundreds of people went through the sites. It was a great, great day for Quincy.
Yeah, a lot of folks saw the USS Salem for the first time, which is hard to believe.
That's right. Yeah, I know Margaret LaForest said they had like 600 visitors,
Yeah.
So pretty impressive.
I was thinking, too, it was a good thing it was last Saturday before the government shut down, Mayor, because that might have impacted the Park Service.
It definitely would have impacted the Park Service. That's the sad part of this. I don't know the extent of what the financial impact will be. For example, the Quincy, I certainly know the Park Service is going to be affected by it. Any interaction with the federal government, our planning department interacts with the CDBG program, Housing Authority with HUD. So, I'm sure there's impact. I don't know the extent of them, and I hope that wisdom prevails and they get to a settlement fairly soon.
Yeah, I know a lot of the social service agencies are concerned. They function on federal grants, QCAP, the Bay State Community Services, the Interfaith Social Service. No, they don't, but some of the bigger ones do, and they're worried.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they don't have daily interaction, but they get grants during the course of the year. So hopefully none of those services will be affected. We just hope that both sides could get together and get it resolved for the American people.
I did want to talk about something that will be happening here in Quincy on Thursday. The MBTA conducting a water transportation study, locations all around the coast, actually. Quincy's is this Thursday from 4 to 7 out at Marina Bay. And what are they studying, Mayor?
Well, as you know, I'm on the board of the MBTA and the MassDOT board, Joe, and early on we've been advocating with others to push a more extensive, more comprehensive water transportation program in Boston Harbor. There's a lot of cities and towns that touch the harbor. You've got water-related cities around the world that do a more robust job. So General Manager Philip Bang was listening, and he assigned David Perry, first time in the T's history, to have a department and a person in charge of water transportation. And Dave's doing a nice job. As you know, we received a $4.7 million grant from the feds. When I say we, the T and the city, to rebuild the dock that's out at the Marina Bay location. So I think that's being put out to bid very soon. There's a lot of momentum. I have heard from a lot of folks who have been enjoying the ferry, not necessarily to get to work, some have, but some were just using it to get to the airport or get to the North End for dinner. Its proximity to the city is pretty remarkable, and you save a lot of time on the expressway by jumping on the ferry.
Yeah.
So they're looking at, the extent of, with the surveys, the extent of interest by the public, how far should they go, what kind of scheduling is the public really looking for, are they looking for year-round? A thorough survey so that they can make good decisions going forward that will, in my view, have a great impact on how we look at transportation in general.
Yeah, I think the convenience is that it's so affordable. You can park for free at Squantum Point Park.
Correct.
I think it's a $6.50 trip. So try and park in Boston for that.
Oh, please.
So the convenience factor can't be outweighed. It's just the weather factor, I think, is the biggest obstacle.
No, absolutely, and you take that anxiety out of being behind the wheel, trying to either find a parking spot or just getting through the traffic. You can sit and enjoy the beautiful harbor. So a lot of advantages, and I think people are catching on.
Yeah. There is a website set up I wanted to give out for folks if they'd like to participate in the study, mbta.com/water transportation study. And they say right here they want to hear from you.
And the final point on that, the governor and lieutenant governor, both huge supporters. Lieutenant Governor Driscoll, former mayor of Salem, she had a robust ferry service out of Salem. So they get it, and that's important to have that leadership. And certainly between that, Phil Lang and the team, and I think the legislature, as when needed, will come along.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Any kind of timeline, do you think, after the study is completed, what takes place next?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Yeah.
This to me, this is a great sign that we're going in this direction. So timeline, I don't know.
Okay.
There'll be more to follow.
Sure. Mayor, I know a favorite event of yours, I know every year, is the Food Truck Festival coming up on Saturday.
It is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's a great day, very relaxing. It's usually great music and a lot of various types of food people can access. And as you know, I like that whoopie pie truck each year. I try to get to that before they run out. Not that I need it, but that's a fun day. It's one of the charges I gave the 400 committee this year was, think about things. I'll handle the budget side, and as you know, we've used hotel tax money for the vast majority of the events, so visitors are paying for most of these things. But in the times that we're living right now, it's divisive, and just to come together as a community, just to have fun, enjoy each other's company, and we enjoy some music, a drink, and some food. It's pretty basic, but it's good. It's good stuff, and so I'm grateful to the whole team. I know John McDonald works hard on this one, along with the team. Karen O'Toole's been doing an amazing job, along with the rest of the gang, really, on all the 400 stuff. I know we got Dennis Lehane coming up as well. That's sold out.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say sold out, but because we weren't selling tickets, but
Right.
Reservations were out in like 8 minutes. 400 people, just like that.
Wow.
So, good stuff. We've had a great year, and we've got a few more things to go, and let's continue to enjoy it.
Yeah, this festival is this coming Saturday, noon to 6, all along Coddington Street, from Quincy High School to the library. There's food trucks galore, about 20 that I counted. There's live music, bands, and it's all free.
And the street has been completely repaved. The sidewalks are done, so there's no interruption on Coddington. And by the way, you'll see in the next few months the wires coming down because they'll be going underground, and that's going to be a beautiful stretch along there.
Very good. And then later on this month, the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy out at the new park out at Squantum.
Yes, Christine Cugini putting together a program along with others, including former Commander Alicia Ping from the Navy, who now works for the Park Service. They're going to get a nice event. I mean, the city's contribution to the Navy and its ships and vessels is huge, so it's important we do remember and honor.
Yeah, that'll be October 10th. Should let folks know. Always good to talk to you, Mayor. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Joe. Enjoy the day.
You too. Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch, our weekly City Hall update here on AM Quincy.